Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner. This should be a good one here in the month of... Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led out by the former Tar Heel, their rookie quarterback out of North Carolina.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Third down, 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Packers set to kick this one away. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
2nd and a yard. From the he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Packers have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On 2nd down, they'll run. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Green Bay. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now he'll run it. Now after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They're going to motion the tight end over here. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to
Neutral
jump?
zone infraction, defense. Automatic first down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to the ground after the penalty. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Man in motion here is Washington. They'll look to throw. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. A pickup there of 25 yards. 1st down, KC.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They send the tight end in motion. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. Now they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. No issues there. This one is good. And the Chiefs are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Packers.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5,
Holding.
but let's check the call. Following the penalty, they'll run it. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one. Here's a 3rd and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. That one intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. So 3rd and long, trying to pick up a first down and keep a drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg, and the defense scores with a pick 6.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless, and I think you find yourself in 3rd and long, you're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just press a little too far, and this time it leads to the turnover and the pick 6.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Chiefs are on top. It's now 10-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense headed back to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. And this is going to work out. He's got it. The first down at the 38-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Chiefs on top. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. Here's 2nd and 2. Slot man in motion right. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. That's picked up by the Chiefs. Oh, big hole left side. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And, Greg, they have done it again. This defense scoring for the 2nd time. Once on a pick And now on a scoop and score.
Yeah, when a defense can score once in a game, Mike, that's great. But when they can do it twice, it's remarkable. I mean, for them to be able to now impact this game on the scoreboard for the second time with that fumble return for a touchdown, just an incredible performance so far today by this defense.
The extra point is up and through. And the Chiefs will get out in front 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He'll have a 1st down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A run now on 2nd down. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been doing it through the air and on the ground in this first month of the season, currently leading the NFL in rush yards by a quarterback. This one complete to Washington. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down, a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Chiefs.
They'll throw out of the gun. A dive and a catch. Incredible.
To number 13.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
Chiefs.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. But some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Tight end going in motion here. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he hauled in. He's got it.
For the rest of this game.
The extra point, up and good. And the Chiefs up their lead. It's now the kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense and their running back set to go once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Chiefs offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now a give up the middle. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll motion a tight end right. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard, and sets up 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Quick throw, taken in. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. We have a tight end motioning left here. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The extra point is good. And the Chiefs add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Packers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
They'll look to throw again. He'll tuck it and take off. Packers going to use their final timeout now as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll throw here on third and short yardage. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams trying to defend in the red zone. Look at this graphic. Second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a QB. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Thrown left side. The catch is made.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll look to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing now on first and 10. Quick hitting slant there. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The PAT, up and good. And the Chiefs will add one more onto their big lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Now they'll set up to throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed, and he's tracked down behind the line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down, and it's an incompletion. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Al Give on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd down, 3 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll go left side here and complete this one. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a toss, right side. Whoa.
A cross play to the running back.
2nd down and 3. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with a touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now, faking the give. There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll turn and hand this one off. And nice work here. He's got the first down to about the 30-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, KC. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now, the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game.
Here we go, set. Roll.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Next to score, Chiefs 45, Packers 24.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They face second down and 7. From the gun, here's a handoff. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is caught by Washington. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 26 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Handoff here, up the middle, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They bring a tight end in motion left. Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. We'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Man in motion here is Washington. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. He's doubled his touchdown output for the season in one game. That's his third of the game, his sixth this year. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The 29-yard line.
Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the air one more time. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case. You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And he's going to be out of bounds and just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Well, we give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Line of scrimmage to the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. 2nd and 11. So, it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.